Okay, so I'm recording this video in May of 2026, and we all know that school performance data can change from year to year. So this is by no means an evergreen video. Now, if you see something that's wrong in here, or maybe you have some conflicting information, please place it in the comments below and I'll try to correct it in a later video. So if you're moving to the Greater Baton Rouge area and you've narrowed it down to Livingston Parish or Ascension Parish, there is a good possibility that the schools may be a part of the conversation. And most buyers ask the same questions: which parish has better schools? And that sounds like a simple question that should provide a simple answer. But if you're buying a house, that may be the wrong question, or maybe there may be a better question. Because when buyers say, I want Ascension Parish schools or I want Livingston Parish schools, they're treating a parish name like a guarantee, right? And it's not always the case. So what actually assigns your child to the school is the specific address of the home you buy. And within either parish, obviously schools, performance, programs, and assignments can vary from campus to campus. And in fast-growing districts or fast-growing parishes, that produces fast-growing districts, and things can change. Can be a very dynamic situation. So in this video, I'm not going to tell you where to live, and I'm not going to rank one family's decision over another. I'm going to walk you through the public data that families, are often interested in. And I'm trying to save you time here, trying to compile the information so that it makes it easy for you, right? So I'm not making a promise about future school assignments. What I'm giving you is just the information, like I said, that buyers typically don't have when they start this conversation. So I'm going to start here with the headline number. So the Louisiana Department of Education releases district performance scores every year. And in the 2024-2025 school year, Ascension Parish earned a 96.0 with an A rating, ranking third among Louisiana public school systems. Livingston Parish earned a 92.7 with also an A rating, ranking ninth among Louisiana public school systems. The statewide average is 80.9. So both are A-rated school districts. Both are well above the state average, and that's the first thing that buyers should know about both parishes. Now, if you're comparing purely by district performance scores, Ascension seems to have the stronger number and the honest lead, which hurts my heart because I'm from Livingston and live in Livingston. But of course, the story doesn't end there. So let me give you a snapshot of Ascension's profile because, to be honest, it's very strong. So according to their own 2026 data, Ascension Parish serves about 23,700 students across 32 schools with more than 3,500 staff members. Their attendance rate is 95%. Their graduation rate is 91.2. And they rank first in Louisiana for student growth and first for mastery and above in all subjects on state assessments. They have over 1,800 industry-based credentials earned by students and offer 70 college credit courses directly through their high schools. 24 of their schools earn Top Gains awards from the state. So that is a genuinely impressive academic score profile, and it is why Ascension schools carry the reputation that they do in this market. Now, let me give you a snapshot of Livingston's profile because this is where a lot of home buyers are surprised. So Livingston Parish is Louisiana's 8th largest school district, and they're serving about 26,800 students across 42 schools and 6 additional programs. Their cost per student is around $12,830 compared with the state average of $16,294. So they're producing strong outcomes on significantly less money per student than the state average. So their attendance rate is 94.3 compared with the 92.9 statewide. Their graduation rate is 93.2 compared to the 85% statewide. Their ACT composite is 19.4 compared with the 18.4 statewide. And 87% of their students are earning basic or advanced credentials compared to the 64.5% statewide. So on grades 3 through 8 assessments, 42% of Livingston students scored mastery or above compared to the 34% statewide. At the high school level, that number is 43% compared with the 35% statewide. And according to Livingston's 2026 district data sheet, the district listed 12 A-rated schools, 27 B-rated schools, and 3 C-rated schools with no D or F schools listed. So Livingston's not a distant second, right? It is a top 10 district among Louisiana public school systems that consistently outperforms the state average across graduation, ACT, credentials, and attendance. So buyers who dismiss it based on their district score alone are missing a significant part of the picture. So here's the thing I want you to take away before we go any further. If you end up in either one of these parishes, your kids are going to be in a strong school system because both are A-rated, both outperform the state average by a significant margin, and in my experience, families relocating here are often surprised by how strong both options are. So this is not a decision between a good and a bad parish. It is a decision between two strong options, and the difference comes down to your specific address, your school zone, your commute, your price point, and which parish fits your family's life better. Now, let's talk about high schools because this is usually what families with school-age students focus on most. According to the 2023-2024 U.S. News and World Report rankings, both parishes had multiple high schools in Louisiana's top 5. In Ascension, you had Dutchtown ranked 12th and Santa Maula ranked 17th. In Livingston, you had Holden ranked 13th. And Live Oak ranked 15th, and Springfield ranked 25th. So rankings vary depending on what methodology and the year. So what I'd say is this: buyers in either parish have access to genuinely high-performing high schools. This is not a situation where one parish has strong options and the other one doesn't. And also, here's something worth mentioning for buyers thinking about long-term value. A home zone for a school with a strong demand can affect buyers' interest in resale, of course, but that still has to be weighed against price, commute, flood risk, insurance, taxes, and what your family actually needs. School zone is only one factor in a very much larger picture. It's not the only factor. Now, here's the detail that most buyers don't find out until it's too late. School attendance zones are not permanent. The reason I say that is Ascension Parish recently changed some things with their districts around the opening of Prairieville High School. And this was designed to relieve growing enrollment and create a newer feeder system, but it changed school zone assignments for many families in the area. That is why buyers should not rely on old listings, neighborhood reputation, or assumptions about where their home is zoned. In fast-growing parishes, it produces fast-growing districts, and attendance zones can change, and a buyer needs to verify their current assignment for their specific address they're considering and understand that future redistricting is sometimes possible. And this, of course, is not unique to Ascension. Livingston is growing rapidly, so this point applies to both. So before you buy a home in either parish, verify the current school zone assignment directly with that school board, not with your agent, not with the listing, not with the builder's rep if it's new construction. You want to verify it with the school board. So let's wrap this up. So which parish has better schools? The honest answer, if you're comparing district level performance scores, Ascension has the stronger number. If you're looking at graduation rates, ACT scores, credential attainment, Livingston is stronger than most people give them credit for. So both are A-rated, both significantly outperform the state average, both have high schools ranked near the top in Louisiana. So the most useful question for a buyer is not which parish is better. It's which specific school zone, which specific address, which commute, which home price, which flood zone, and which long-term plan makes the most sense for your family. The parish name on the sign doesn't tell you that. The address does. So that is what I focus on when I'm working with a buyer who has school-age children. We're not just looking at which parish may sound better. We're looking at the data for that specific zone, that specific house it's in, and then comparing it against the price, the commute, the flood exposure, and where you want to be 10 years from now. So if that's the kind of conversation you want to have before you buy a home, don't hesitate to reach out. Because before we look at any house, we'll work through it all in writing, no surprises, so you're making the best decision based on the full picture and not just the name of a parish. My name is Brandon Browning. I'm with Keller Williams Realty Premier Partners. If you're comparing Livingston and Ascension or anywhere in the Greater Baton Rouge area and you're not sure which one fits your family best, reach out before you start touring homes. And that's exactly the kind of decision I'll help you work through. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.